Welcome, everyone, to WWTA News. Here we look at crypto, finance, and economic news. I'm your host, EB, and thank you for joining us. All right, welcome back this Tuesday morning. We're going to jump to a few news articles. And the first article is Crypto Transactions Surge 706% in Asia as institutional adoption grows. All right. Emerging markets across Central and Southern Asia have registered a dramatic uptick in cryptocurrency transactions, highlighting a diverse range of motivations among locals for gaining exposure to digital assets such as Bitcoin. So this is great. Southern Asia, South Asia, right? They're being brought into the world of cryptocurrency. So this is definitely more adoption on a global scale, but let's continue. It says new research from blockchain analytics firm Chain Analysis finds that crypto transactions surged 706% in Southern Asia and Oceania, right? Central and Southern Asia. Let's see, a broad region that includes countries such as India, Pakistan, and Vietnam. All right, between July 2020 and June 2021, in dollar terms, the value of the transactions amounted to $572.5 billion, or 14% of the global transaction value. All right, so yeah, what we have happening here is, of course, we have more adoption. It's definitely more adoption happening, but I think I'm seeing something else. I'm looking here at July 2020 and June 2021. So I want to say this. I like to look at the total market cap when I look at the market. Like, I don't always, I barely do it anymore now, but I barely go into my wallet to see the total value of anything at this point in time, because I like to watch the total market cap. And the total market cap helps us fully understand what's going on in the market as a whole. So you notice we're at a 2.16 or $2.17 trillion market cap. We had an all-time high of like 2.4, close to 2.5 trillion. So I like to look at the market cap and get a better understanding. I say, okay, when the market cap hits 2.4, 2.5, I know that the value of the currencies that I'm holding is going to be pretty high. All right, and then watching more money come into the market, yada yada yada. You can see how that works. Now, I want to say, looking at that time frame, it says $572.5 billion. Essentially came into the market. Okay, so if I think I'm reading this correctly, it looks like they're telling me that from Central and Southern Asia and Oceania, India, Pakistan, and Vietnam, in 2020 to 2021, $572.5 billion is what they brought into the market. That's their money they brought into the crypto space. Institutional and large payments accounted for the highest percentage of transactions, offering further evidence of smart money adoption of cryptocurrency, right? Clearly. This trend was most pronounced in India, where the large institutional size transfers above 10 million represented 42% of the transactions. Okay? For Vietnam and Pakistan, that figure was 29% and 28% respectively. So corporations and banks and businesses, they were bringing in large amounts of money into this space. All right. So more adoption. Next story. FinTech behind Cardano's first stablecoin launches bank accounts and Visa debit cards. Cody is set to launch bank accounts and Visa debit cards for its users. The company, which is building the very first stablecoin on the Cardano blockchain, is moving forward with new products to expand its service offerings to its clients. Cody had announced that it had partnered with Simplex to bring this project to the forefront, which would ensure users to operate bank accounts and debit cards on the platform. So using Cody on the Cardano blockchain, we're going to see a stable coin, right, which is going to be used obviously for a secured, non-volatile exchange, right? Payments, right? This is adoption. Cody has long been working on being a bridge between the finance and crypto world. Its services marry traditional finance offerings with the cutting-edge technology that comes out of the crypto industry. The partnership with Simplex enables Cody to provide its users with crypto-friendly bank accounts and debit cards, which the users will be able to operate and spend globally, right? There's no boundaries when we're on the blockchain. That's why this adoption is definitely happening. They're not going back. Cody brings crypto to banking. Using the Cody bank accounts and debit cards makes it easy for users to spend their crypto. The bank account provides easy conversion of the crypto to fiat, which can then be spent by the user. In addition to funding their accounts with crypto, users can also load up using Swift, SEPA, and cards. This makes it easy for users to spend their crypto no matter where they are in the world. Okay, so this is definitely the same thing we're seeing out of Coinbase and a lot of other exchanges and companies. They're doing pretty much the same thing now. So just to kind of simplify what's going on here, if you have currency, and let's say you have currency, you send it over to the exchange, right? And this in the representation of Coinbase, and I send money over to the exchange and I turn it over into USDC, right? So I say leave it as US dollar coin, right? And then I have on my card, my Visa Coinbase card, I have it set to spend USD coin, right? So when that's set in play, it's taking the stable coin, which has a stable non-volatile value, and then I'm allowed to go in the stores to make those purchases and buy things. And Visa's taking care of everything on the back end, because they're then taking that USDC, it's probably more than likely going into their wallet, and then they're making the payment in cash. All right, so then that way the store receives what they want in cash. And this is basically until we see based on the other news, like with Verifone and other quote unquote companies, I would say, or technology, this is what's going to happen until they start onboarding and you can go into the store and pay directly. Like again, Verifone, we saw Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Wrapped, so on and so, Bitcoin Cash as currencies that you'll be able to use when you go in a store to do direct payments with a QR code. So let's continue. Miami mayor elated by success of Miami Coin wallet. All right, let's see what's going on here. The mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, has taken to Twitter to applaud the success of the Miami Coin wallet. This wallet was created to enable the city to have a more convenient way of increasing city funds without having to go the traditional way of imposing additional taxes. I like this. In his Twitter post, Suarez stated that the Miami Coin wallet had made gains of 1 million in a single day. The balance on the wallet has since grown to more than 9 million. Okay? The Miami Coin wallet not only looks at generating additional funds by also focusing on rewarding investors. When you think about the possibility of being able to run a government without the citizens having to pay taxes, that's incredible, Suarez had previously stated. He further added that this new initiative would get rid of private sector philanthropy. Let's just get a quick understanding of what's happening here. Miami created a wallet, which all people can do, created a wallet and started accepting, I'm guessing, they started accepting payments for the city, for the state. And as they started accepting payments, those payments came in as digital cryptocurrencies or digital currencies, in which those crypto or digital currencies, because they're in an infancy, they're still trying to achieve their average value. Okay. So when we look at something like Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin's been out for a long time, but even Bitcoin hasn't reached its total worth or value. Okay, so the mayor of Miami, essentially, he's watching the value of the currencies that people are depositing into this wallet for payment of bills and services grow in value, which essentially is good for the state as a whole, right? So you don't have to really tax the citizens as much, right? Because you're fine. All states, listen to this. Listen to what Miami's doing. Because you're holding these currencies at an infant state, they haven't achieved their value yet, because again, we have a $2 trillion market cap, total market cap. Alone in the United States, we're holding 176 to 178 in the private sector of assets valued. Okay. Eventually, that money's going to fully come into the blockchain. We're only talking about the United States at this point. If the United States had their total worth of assets come into this space, well, you're talking about 180, well, probably close to $200 trillion worth of value. That's nowhere near in this space. So when I say we're in an infancy state, We are truly in the beginning. So states, please listen to what the mayor of Miami has done. Okay. They're essentially growing their value, their wealth as a state without having to tax their citizens. This is amazing. This is amazing news. All right. So look, that's all I got for you at this moment in time. So I'd like to say thank you for joining us at WWTA News. If you enjoyed our video, please hit the subscribe and like button and join us next time to follow the news in crypto, finance, and economics.